What's up guys, it's TyranitarTube and welcome to If Infernape Mega Evolved in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Yeah, I'm making this video. You know, the more I think about Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, it's so hard to understand what they're thinking because there's absolutely no way. It's literally the same games as Diamond and Pearl again. But somehow they've perfectly led us all to believe that's the case. With it almost seemingly proof it is the case. 1-to-1 remakes, faithful. It's like, why would you believe otherwise that they're not just literal the same games in 3D? Except the fact that it can't be. It can't be. So anyhow, one of the biggest things is the merch leak, where it shows Mega Lucario and stuff, and it's not nearly enough evidence that Megas are coming back, but I like to speculate. I like to live in a fairy tale, so we're gonna look at if Infernape Mega Evolve. But I do believe that if Diamond and Pearl wants to be done correctly, that they have to introduce Megas again, and I think that this Mega Infernape I came up with is pretty sick, and I'm gonna do for the other starters. So shank that like button and let's do this. I'm just telling you, I'm the best Mega Evolution maker of all time. Prove me wrong in the comments. Go make a better crowd. Let me find my notes. If Infernape Mega Evolved in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Now in terms of design, the only requirement I have is that it needs to get the Sun Wukong stick. Most of you don't know the legend of Sun Wukong. He's just this monkey with the stick. It's what Goku's based off. It's what Infernape is based off, except they took the stick away. So, rightfully so, give him his stick. Or give him a gun, which is also a stick. So you pick which one, Game Freak. You're gonna have to give him either. Here's one design for him. It brings him back to the Sun Wukong roots. And he's a full-on monkey now. He still don't got the stick, but he's got more of that white fur. He looks wiser. He's a grown Infernape. It's pretty cool. There's this one where his hair turns white, like he's a Super Saiyan. But it does feel good when the white fur covers his body. I mean, normal Infernape is mostly naked. He's brown everywhere with just a bit white fur. This one looks like the King Infernape. Oh. Hey, yo, when did Sun Wukong decide to just meditate and turn fairy? This one doesn't change much. He gets a bit of a crown on his head. His hair spikes more. It's mostly the same design. His little swirls turn all pointed, but now he got the stick. Realistically, it is a possible Mega Evolution. We have stuff like Mega Kangaskhan, but him being a starter Pokemon, he is gonna deserve having some actual transformative features if he Mega Evolves. He can't look the same. The concept here that I think will be cool is, of course, blue flames are harder than red flames. Mega Charizard X gets blue flames just because he wants to look badass. It's just obvious potential for whatever merch you want to make. You're going for the money anyway. Just make the blue flame Infernape and check your bank account. Anyhow, here's my favorite one. This one was drawn 7 years ago, a week after XY came out, and it's Mega Infernape with the old Y staff, the cape. He's a bit more sharper looking. This is the best design for something that isn't changing. The main thing isn't changing. He looks so much better. All I gotta do is give him the blue flame tail, have his two fists burning a bit, even keep his main head red, and it can turn blue when he's really mad. He's using like his signature move, let it turn blue. That is peak Mega Infernape design. You know what they call Sun Wukong? The Monkey King. That right there is exactly the Monkey King. You know what this design is? It's the classiness added to it. It's not just blindly adding more flames, making them bigger, changing what's white into black and what's red into blue. It's actually creating a design with style. And that's why this has to be his Mega right here. So Infernape is a fire fighting Pokemon with the abilities Blaze or Iron Fist. Blaze boosts fire moves by 50% when you're down to 1/3 of your health, and Iron Fist boosts punching moves by 20%, like the Elemental Punches, Meteor Mash, Bullet Punch, even Power Punch. Here's all the moves it affects. So obviously in your game, you would love to give him Iron Fist, but you know, competitively, Iron Fist is not actually the ability people go with. They'll give him a Choice Band and sometimes Iron Fist, but you would mostly give him moves like Flare Blitz, U-Turn, Close Combat, and then maybe sometimes Mach Punch. You can only do so much with punching moves, so Iron Fist isn't actually the coolest ability you could give for Infernape. Now, looking at Infernape's stats, he is pretty frail. Like, he could stub his toe and die. He has low health, low defense, and low special defense, but high attack, high special attack, and pretty high speed. Yeah, Infernape dies to an earthquake easily, but when he punches you, a lot of the times you're meant to die right away. And he's fast, so he outspeeds most Pokemon. That's how Infernape is used. And that's why he's one of the best starters, because when you're playing the game with Torterra, you're slow. That's the starter I picked. It's always fun to use Infernape, outspeed everyone, kill him in one move. That's why he's the most popular starter. Anyhow, when Infernape Mega Evolves into Mega Infernape, that's another reason I'm making this video. Because if they decide to pull on full hype mode, I just have this gut feeling that if they decide to bring back Megas, which again I said is a 0.5% chance of happening, 1 out of 200, I just imagine a Core scan or a trailer showing Mega Infernape, Mega Torterra, and Mega Empoleon. So that's why I gotta make these videos now, so I can call it with the freaking 99% risk of being wrong. Speculation's always fun. Just don't clickbait. When Infernape Mega evolves into Mega Infernape, he stays a firefighting type. He's Sun Wukong, fighting is going nowhere. He's firefighting. But when Infernape Mega evolves, his ability goes from Blaze or Iron Fist to the ability Fire Fist. And the effect of Fire Fist is that when Infernape is at full health, fire moves gain priority. Checkmate. It's checkmate, man. See, Infernape is the punching king. Why does he get Iron Fist when no one wants to use the punching moves? Fire Punch, Flare Blitz exists. Mach Punch, alright, that's the only one people can use. No one even wants to use Power Punch. But that ability just sounds so good. That's why you need Fire Fist. The idea here is that Infernape is a very fast Pokemon and a very frail Pokemon, and it's gonna stay that way. This is a trope done before. Talonflame, being an extremely fast Pokemon, gets this ability in the form of Gale Wings. Gale Wings' effect is when you're at full health, your flying moves go first. This even works for Roost. Go ahead and try it out. Originally, this ability did not require you to be at full health when X and Y came out, but they quickly realized that was overpowered and changed in the next gen. The bottom line is, Infernape is still gonna be frail. This just makes him extremely annoying. All you gotta do is weaken its health a bit for his priority to deactivate. And if you weaken his health a bit, he pretty much dies anyway. Game Freak does something, so his ability is Iron Fist here, right? In terms of his Mega ability being Iron Fist, it's totally possible Game Freak could do that. But to me, it's just underwhelming. Stuff like Mega Pidgeot getting No Guard, Mega Beedrill getting Adaptability, Mega Blastoise with Mega Launcher are just much more fun than Mega Alakazam getting Trace again, even if it's a good ability. Mega Scizor getting Technician again, Mega Houndoom getting Solar Power, Mega T-Try getting Sandstream. It's not that all of those aren't fun abilities, but getting a new ability is where it's at. That's the fun of Mega Evolution. Mega Kangaskhan getting Parental Bond, that's where it's at. Primal Kyogre and Groudon getting new abilities, that's where it's most exciting. But most of all, just not their hidden abilities turned into their Mega abilities. And what better Pokemon to have Fire Fist than Infernape? In terms of his stats, his special attack goes up by 10, his attack goes up by 35, and his speed goes up by 45. Oh my god. You may think it's counterproductive that he's already extremely fast, why give him an ability like this? But that's the point. That's kind of how it balances out. Talonflame is way too fast and he gets an ability like that. It kind of goes hand in hand. Because you're that fast, you have an ability like Fire Fist. And really, with 76 defense, he dies no matter what. And there's many ways to take him out. For example, you set up spikes, you set up one spike, he can't use Fire Fist anymore. And he's not like Talonflame where he can use Roost. I want you to envision it in your head. Infernape, Mega Evolving, sweeping people's teams. Infernape is in the back of your opponent's party and you have to prepare for it in advance. Set up that spike. That's the metagame I want to see in the future. That's what I want to see when I'm thinking 3 months ahead from now. I want to be in the reality that Megas are confirmed. Because it does turn out when they decide to remake Kanto for the second time on the Switch, they decided to bring back Megas for that. That's Gen 7. They decided to bring back Megas for Kanto remakes instead of spreading Gen 7's mechanic, Z Crystals, to Kanto, which is paired up very closely to Alola. They instead went back and got the Gen 6 mechanic, which means that even Game Freak treats Mega Evolution as not just another mechanic like Dynamax and like Z Crystals, but a certain kind of special mechanic. They thought that previously. Do they still think that? I don't know. But they did think that originally. And it's somewhere in the back of their head. And it's a lot of talking for a 0.5% chance. We'll see where we are. Shank that like button. I'll do Empoleon and Torterra. You leave your predictions for what their abilities could be in the comments. And you give me better Infernapes. Top my Fire Fist ability. I know you can't. It's just perfect. See you on the next video. Take care.
This the sound of my alchemy, the greatest success for all those who fell for me. I always respect the friends who wish well for me and live until the end and die. All time will tell for me, but I ain't going anywhere, believe me.
I also went with these stats carefully because if you compare him to Mega Blaziken, you'll notice a lot of things. This Mega Infernape is faster than Mega Blaziken. Sorry, let me correct that. This Mega Infernape is faster than Mega Blaziken with +1 speed. And that's without powering up at all. And I'm not talking about using his ability. On the other hand, Mega Blaziken is physically stronger and a bit more bulky. What happens when Mega Blaziken and Mega Infernape fight? Well, you think and tell me.